starting with Landon Knapp, what are you hoping to see from him today, especially coming off of such a quality start for him in Miami?
I think Landon's in a good spot. Landon, I think with this lineup, we don't know these guys very much. They do a good job of, there's lefties, righties, they hit some homers. But I think with Landon's pitch mix, he should pitch well tonight. And I think for us, the bullpen's in a good spot. And so for him to get into the 6th inning, the offense to do what we've been doing, hopefully it would bode well for our ball club.
Were you able to get any updates from Blake? Was he able to see the team doctor yesterday?
Yeah, so I do got a little update. I had to kind of write this out because we've got a long list of injuries here. So Blake is going to see the doctor before the game. And if it checks out well from the orthopedic standpoint, he'll initiate a throwing program on Wednesday.
Anything with Tyler? Or any of the other guys?
So yeah, so Tyler started a throwing progression. He'll continue to work towards a bullpen, and we'll have a more clear picture later this homestand. But he has started throwing baseball, yes.
I saw Tommy and Teoscar are outside doing some drills.
Yeah, Tommy and Teoscar are doing some drills, and then they're going to do a live batting practice with Emmett Sheehan. One of our guys is going to come on Wednesday, and they'll do a live BP with Emmett.
Does it feel realistic that for Teoscar, the 10-day IL stint could be enough for him, or do you think he might need some more time?
I'm hopeful for Teoscar. We'll see how it goes, but maybe later this weekend, something like that. But I think at the end of the day is we just got to make sure that once we do recall these guys or activate these guys, that we don't have any setbacks.
You saw JP Fireeyes in there. I think you can only come back if someone's on the IL. Is something up with one of the guys?
So JP is here. There might be a potential move later. There's a couple guys, or maybe a guy that there's a little smoke that we want to make sure we see how it goes today, and JP will fill that void potentially.
Will Clayton, any update on when his first start with you guys?
Yeah, Clayton is here. Obviously, you guys have seen Clayton, right? You guys saw him today, got a chance to get some autographs, right, Sydney? So Clayton's going to start on Saturday. He'll start Saturday.
You mentioned smoke, is that Sasaki?
I'm not going to say right now.
Is he still lined up to pitch Thursday?
As of now, yes.
As of now, if it change later?
As of now, yes.
Hey, with Clayton pitching on Saturday, I mean, how big is that, what he's meant for the organization, what he's been through, and what he wants to do for the rest of his career?
Well, it's great. It's a big shot in the arm. Clayton has worked really hard to get healthy, and the bar is high for him. He doesn't want to just come back to be active. He wants to come back and help us win baseball games and be good. And so I know he's excited and to contribute. And like I said, just getting number 22 back in the rotation is a huge shot in the arm for our ball club.
Were you impressed with what you saw from Oklahoma City?
I was. I think that the command the last time wasn't to his kind of standards or liking, but he still was very efficient, got the swing and miss. And so with Clayton just being back, I think it just adds an element of, certainty and kind of performance. So I'm not too concerned about anything outside of getting out, and that's kind of the message that I told him when I talked to him today.
Is Sasaki still going to throw his pen today?
That's a Mark question. I'm not sure. I haven't talked to Mark or Roki today, so we'll see.
Obviously, a lot of the conversation with Roki's been about fastball. How much of that do you feel like is mechanical? How much of that is possibly other stuff physically related with him?
I think it's a combo. I think that there's a command component. I think there's a trying to go up there and compete every 5th or 6th day or 6th or 7th day to get major league hitters out. So we're still trying to have conversations to kind of see where he's at, because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that he is performing up to his capabilities and up to our capabilities and our expectations. So there's a lot of kind of things that we're trying to suss out right now with Roki.
How did you feel coming out of that last start?
He was disappointed that he didn't go deeper, but spirits were fine. Spirits are fine.
How about physically?
Physically, he was a little bit sore afterwards, and that's something that we're still kind of trying to figure out, you know, what's normal, what's kind of, you know, not normal, and what could potentially, we want to make sure that he's in a good spot physically and mentally.
Where was he sore?
In his arm.
Where in his arm?
In his arm, Dylan. We'll have more, Dylan. You're on one today, Dylan. See, this is the worst part of my day. The baseball game is the best part. This is the worst part.
One more, guys.
Hey, Doc, there seems to be a mixed reaction to the commissioner's ruling today that, you know, some guys will be eligible now to, you know, be reinstated and possibly make the Hall of Fame like Pete Rose. Your reaction to that, please?
You know, I honestly haven't spent a whole lot of time trying to follow this one. I do support the commissioner, whatever decision he made. Yeah, as far as the Hall of Fame, I don't have a vote, so I'm not going to chime in on this one.
Right. So prior to this, you didn't have a feeling either way about Pete Rose and eventually?
Not really, not really.
Got it.
It didn't affect the Dodgers, so no.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.